UvaldeRadio.net. It's a throwback Thursday doing classic country of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'm Robert Miguel. Remember, this is always brought to you by our friends at the Herby Ham Activity Center at 248 FM 3447 Uvalde. Uvalde's hidden jewel. They got so much to do, so much to learn, activities, classes, fun events for everybody. The website is herbyhamactivitycenter.org. And with me, making her Uvalde radio debut, the new director of the Herby Ham Activity Center, Miss Amy Coleman. Welcome.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Well, thank you for checking in, and it's going to be, I can already tell I'm going to have a good time getting to know you. You're the new, and I hope you don't get offended when I say this, the head chick in charge at the Herby Ham Activity Center.
Absolutely. Having a good time, getting reacquainted with my town.
So Amy, now you are the new director here, and you have spent time in Uvalde. You went away, you came back, you took this new gig that was left vacant after the departure of Sue Schwanky Rankin, who we love here on UvaldeRadio.net, and we are so happy, so grateful that you continued to keep sponsoring Throwback Thursday here on UvaldeRadio.net. So first of all, let me say thank you so much for keeping this segment. It's one of our most popular segments where we do a bunch of classic country, the good old stuff, and we appreciate you guys staying on board. And finally, we get a chance to talk, and before we get into all the good stuff happening at the center, let's talk about you. You just said it. You're from Uvalde. You went away. You came back. Give us your backstory. Give us a whole kit and caboodle.
Well, I was born and raised here, graduated in 1990, Uvalde Coyotes.
First of all, that is awesome, and I got to say this. I am also class of 90, so we went to high school together. Well, no, we didn't, because I moved away in like 1985 or 86.
So, okay.
So you
went to middle school.
We went to middle school and junior high together at some point, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember you. I probably knew you. I probably made you mad at some point. Probably pulled.
Oh, I doubt it.
Probably pulled your pigtails or something. But yeah. So there we are, both of us, class of 1990. I ended up graduating in Irving, Texas, but I've always been a coyote at heart. So very cool. We got that in common. That's neat.
Yeah.
So what happened after graduation in 1990?
Well, I ended up marrying and moving to Houston,
Okay.
where I spent about 26 years. So I was there for a long time. And then, you know how life happens.
Mm-hmm.
I had my 5 boys,
Wow.
which are my everything. But they're scattered all over now. So hopefully they're starting to slowly come back to Texas. But anyway, I'm getting off track.
No. You know what? Let's talk about this. You're a boy mom, 5 sons. That's a whole lot of testosterone and a lot of messy rooms and a lot of attitude. How did that go for you? I bet you were always going to and fro some sort of practices or meetings and whatnot. Give us a look in the life of like 5 boys. What's that like?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was crazy. It really was. A lot of fun though, a lot of great memories, and I just love that they're all, I had them close together because they're still so close now. I mean, they talk probably more than they talk to me amongst each other. So anyway, yeah, it was crazy. We had lots of baseball practices, lots of football games, lots of, proms and homecomings and, some broken wrists here and there.
Ooh, ouch.
Chicken pox. Yeah, it was kind of crazy some, but it was a lot of fun.
In a nutshell, give me the best, most awesome thing about being a mom of 5 boys, and then maybe the hardest, most difficult part of it.
The best part is they always love their mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mama's boys, sure.
Yes. Every single one of them, I think I have a special relationship with each one. So I'm thankful for that. I think that's the best part. The worst part about it is, as they get older, it's hard to break up fights.
Oh, yeah.
So I just played the mom card and cried. So that usually did it.
Yeah. At some point, they get bigger and stronger than you. Yeah, and then there's more of them. And again, like I said, lots of testosterone, a lot of, not backing down. And then, you get those younger ones they're testing the older ones, and oh my goodness, I can only imagine.
Oh yeah. There were plenty of them, coming home from work, because I did work full time, and come home from work and find one of them running down the street, mad at the other, or it was always something.
Now,
always something. But them and the dogs.
One final question about the boys is, how do you navigate 5 boys dating lives? Because, they're all having girlfriends, and later on, I'm sure some of them have wives, if they're not all married yet. That's a whole lot of daughter-in-laws and potential daughter-in-laws to meet and kind of size up. How'd you handle that?
Well, actually, my oldest is the only one that is married
okay.
so far, and he just got married. And actually, that was pretty much his one and only girlfriend.
Oh, okay. So they've been good to you that way. They've been nice.
So that has worked out, and so far I have one. Well, my middle one, Reagan. Mm-hmm. He has a serious girlfriend, but they have not spoke of marriage yet, so I'm just not sure. We'll see. So, but yes, I am excited to have some daughters. My daughter-in-law, right now, she's just amazing. Actually, I'm going to go tomorrow night, and she's getting her doctorate at Texas State.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Tomorrow night.
All right. So we got a little background on the kids. And, okay, let's keep a story going. Graduated in 1990, moved to Houston, had 5 sons, and then give us the link that brought you back to Uvalde.
I ended up dating a guy that he was working out of Dallas. Actually, he's my husband now. Uh-huh. And the same company, but I was in Houston, he was in Dallas, and anyway, it just so happened he was from Missouri, born and raised there, and his parents were needing some help, and so he was like, hey, I've got to move back to Missouri, and I was like, okay. He said, do you want to go?
Oh.
And yeah, so that was hard, because I really didn't want to leave Texas, but it did seem to be, a good time in my life. I think I needed some change, and we ended up in Missouri, and I ended up getting a position as a director at a senior living facility, and did that, and I think I finally found what I wanted to do in life. It was amazing. Had such a great time, and anyway, everything I learned kind of brought me back here, even though it's not the same type of facility. Mm-hmm. It's the people. I love talking to people who are retired and hearing their stories, and it's amazing. So.
It's pretty amazing that, your story led you to that, which gave you the skill set to do what you're doing here back in good old Uvalde, Texas. That's what a cool story. So let's go and get into it now. You've been at the Herby Ham since early this year. Is that what or March?
No, it was about mid-March.
Yeah.
Mid-March.
And so how are things settling in at the Herby Ham Activity Center under your direction? Are you feeling pretty good about it?
I really am. I think we're doing some positive things. We have some changes coming up that are very positive and exciting, but not quite ready to announce it yet. Mm-hmm. We had our first Tuesday breakfast taco morning, or Taco Tuesday breakfast morning, and We're going to be doing that twice a month. And would like to invite anybody who wants to come. We've been, another lady and I that volunteers here, we did up a bunch of breakfast tacos and just had some good conversation. The sheriff came out to visit, and it was just really, really nice and a lot of fun.
Now, the sheriff came out. I'm sure you've had a lot of maybe local leaders come out to. You're having to get reacquainted with all these people. The Herby Ham Activity Center has always been kind of a focal point, not just for blood drives, but during the big tragedy here in Uvalde about a year ago. The Herby Ham Activity Center really kind of stepped up and provided a space for a lot of people that were in need. How is that going for you? Has it been kind of a whirlwind, kind of getting reacquainted with everything and the responsibilities that center might, have?
Yes, it has. And in fact, it seems like we are extra busy with our rentals, and I get excited when people want to call and, do something, not just a wedding, but do something for the community. So I've been seeing some of that, people calling to reserve rooms for that. So, it is. It's just kind of crazy. It's a whirlwind, and I hate it. It broke my heart during that tragedy, being all the way in Missouri and being able to do anything. So I feel like now that I'm here, I'll do whatever I can.
It sounds like you've got a great heart for our town, and it's great to have you back. So you've been in for, just short of 2 months in your position now. I guess, how are you feeling about things as far as taking on the job? I'm sure there were some expectations in your mind. What has surprised you about the job pleasantly, and then what's maybe, in your opinion, that you can size up right now, looking like it's going to be a bigger challenge than you might have thought?
Well, it's hard to say right now because I'm still just trying to, maybe ask me in another month.
You got it.
But I am having fun. We do have a dance on Friday with Country Horizons. Haven't met them yet or heard them, but I've heard they're pretty good. So the dances are a lot of fun. We've been getting some really good door prizes, and we're going to kind of put Mother's Day into the equation this dance. So all the door prizes will be for ladies.
Now, I've seen Country Horizons. They're very good. They do some, classic country, throw in a little bit of classic rock, just a good time kind of party weekend dance band. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the cover entry is $10 to get in, and then you guys kind of incorporate a potluck in there too?
Yes. And that's been a lot of fun, too, getting all the different food, and it's BYOB. We do have Cokes and, all your mixers available. And, so I would love to see, we had a pretty good, we had a sock hop in April, which turned out, and we did our first dance on Sunday, and it really turned out quite well. So I was very excited.
So now, are you planning to do dances on Fridays and or Sundays, or are you going to switch them over to Sundays? Because as I recall, most of the dances at Herby Ham have typically been on Fridays only.
Yes.
So are you guys just mixing it up, trying to get a feel for it, or what?
Well, it was kind of an accident that we had to have it on Sunday.
Gotcha.
It was planned for Friday, and then we had to change it to a Sunday. So, but it ended up working out very well. So, I don't know. I think we'll just play it by ear, and since we are pretty busy with rentals, it may be that we have to have a dance every now and then on Sunday.
Okay.
So we're just going with the flow right now.
Well, right on. Well, again, we're talking to Amy Coleman. She's the director at the Herby Ham Activity Center. They are the fine sponsors for Throwback Thursday every Thursday morning from 9 to noon here on UvaldeRadio.net. Today, we're doing classic country of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. We're going to get Amy to pick a song at the end here. But right now, let's just go ahead and get more caught up on all the cool events coming up at the Herby Ham Activity Center. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have like bridge and bunco and all these fun, activities, card games and stuff for adults. Give me some details about some of your regular weekly activities.
We do have people come and play cards on Monday afternoon, bridge, and I can never say the word right. Pinochle. Pinnacle, yeah, that's it.
Such a silly word. I love saying it. Pinnacle.
It is. Anyway, and we have been having a great time with bingo on Tuesdays.
Okay.
And bunco on Thursdays. We've been having quite a big group, and they have a lot of fun. It's no stress. Of course, we don't win money or do money, but the prizes are great. And just been having a lot of fun with that. And then there's always our Quilts of Grace. On Wednesdays, our line dancing. We have Chicks Eating Out on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, somewhere different, at 11:30.
I am looking at your calendar right now, and it's cool how you guys pick out these fantastic places. This week you had Lunkers, next week Townhouse, and then a week after that Oasis Outback, and then the week after that Open Range, which are all great places to eat here in Uvalde. So I think it's neat that you guys are just kind of making the rounds, weekly. That's a fun little thing to do.
Yeah. So would love anybody to come join us. And then the first Wednesday of every month, we celebrate the monthly birthdays, and that's a good time, too. And then our coffee and donuts on Friday is always good.
Mm-hmm.
So, and right now we have our farmers market on Thursday at 11 at the square. We might have some changes coming with that, okay. So be listening because some things might be changing. And then our cornhole is at 7, the first and third Thursday of the month. We have a group come up here that has cornhole, and I believe it's $10 to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, sometimes it gets filled up, but usually I will not announce it on Facebook that day. I do a lot of Facebook announcing too.
Gotcha. Yeah, you got to follow Herby Ham Activity Center on Facebook. And again, the website is herbyhamactivitycenter.org. What are your hours there? Are you pretty regular, like 8 to 5, 9 to 5 kind of hours, or how does that looking for you?
Doing 8 to 4:30.
Okay.
Except for Friday, I was thinking about keeping it open on Friday afternoon, but since we've had a lot of venues rented out, going on, that they want to, I've just been kind of doing the same as Sue did it, close at 12 o'clock.
So try to call between 8 and 4:30, you said, right? And that number is 830-591-2711. Amy, any other really cool things that we got to hear about? I know, again, the big dance is this Friday night. Country Horizons, $10. I think doors are at 7. Door prizes and potluck and just an all-around good time with the community. Any other really cool things you want to mention before we get back into some music?
Well, there's more to come. I just really can't say right now, but we do have some exciting things coming.
I like the tease aspect of this, how you're like, hey, you know what, I'm new, changes are coming, it's going to be good, but I can't tell you yet. So that'll just give us another excuse to get you on sooner than later, all right? So,
exactly.
Well, we appreciate the time you're spending with us, and again, thank you for bringing us Throwback Thursday. Amy, give me a classic country song that you like to hear right now as we get back into some music.
Well, it would absolutely be Steve Wariner.
Steve Wariner. All right, we can do that one. Anyone in particular?
Small Town Girl.
Little Small Town Girl. That's you, back from the big city, Here back, Small Town Girl in Uvalde, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're going to throw this one out to Amy and everybody at the Herby Ham Activity Center. Little Steve Wariner. This is Throwback Thursday on UvaldeRadio.net. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.